so much for stopping by with Love Mom in my beautiful kitchen on today. And yes, I am wearing a Christmas tree on my head because today is Christmas. I know we've been a little delayed on some of the videos, but we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. So, and we have a couple of announcements coming up later on in a couple of weeks. So, but anyway, thanks guys for stopping by. So today is Christmas. And so what we're doing today is a nice little Christmas meal. Me and my husband are just us today. None of the children are here for Christmas this year. So I decided to do something nice and special and simple for us. So today we're making some seafood lasagna and some potatoes au gratin on tin along with pear cider. Yes, I said pear, not apple. So just stay tuned and let's see what's happening in the kitchen. Okay guys, so to get started on our nice little holiday dinner, we're going to start off with some pear cider. What we're going to do is cut our pears into quarters, and I'm using this little bowl on the side for a trash bowl. Yes, I said pear cider. I know, have you ever heard of such? Probably not, but I'm always trying to do something different. So we're just going to cut our pears up into little quarters. Now, I have two regular size pears, but then I have a bunch of these little small pears that I found at the store that work perfect. So if you were making apple cider, it would be the equivalent of about 8 to 10 apples. Apples that aren't very tart, so you would use like gala apples or what is the Macintosh apples or something like that, something that's sweet. Even red delicious or golden delicious apples. All of those are very sweet. Now, okay, so now all of our pears are cut up, so we're going to put them over into a deep pot. And then we're going to head over to the stove to get it started. Okay, so now we're over here at the stove and our pears are in here. We're going to start our oven at medium high. Our stove on at medium high with the pears with no liquid in it just yet. We're going to pour in a cup of sugar. We're using the coconut sugar instead of regular sugar. Cut down on your sugar intake. Then we're going to pour in water. And you really want the water to cover the pears. So it's going to take you roughly about 4 or 5 cups of water. And you want it to cover the pears completely. As you can see, it's covered the pears. Then you're going to put in 2 cinnamon sticks. And then I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of ground cinnamon as well. About a tablespoon or so. And you can use the ground nutmeg, but I like to use the whole nutmeg because I think it gives it a little more flavor. And your whole nutmeg looks like this. Look like little nuts. And so I'm just going to drop 2 of those into the water. Now, while we're waiting on that to come to a little bit of a boil, most people when you're doing cider, you're using allspice. But because I'm using pears, and pears have a little bit of a different taste than apples, I'm not going to use any allspice, but I am using nutmeg and just a tad bit of ginger. Now, if you want to take a whole nutmeg like this and grate into, and I dropped it in. That's just lovely, kitchen fail. So as I was trying to say, so now we have 3 whole nutmegs in there. You want to grate a little in to give it a little bit of the extra oomph. And I'm just using a regular little small lemon zester to grate. Actually, you can use this for lemon zest, and you can use this for cheese and pretty much whatever you want to grate with it. And then you still can put this back into your jar. But we have 3 whole ones already in, and then I just grated in a little bit of the nutmeg on top to just give it a little extra oomph. And then we're going to use just a dash of ground ginger. Just about a teaspoon. And then that's it. And we're going to wait for this to come to a boil. And then as soon as it starts to boil, you're going to cut it down to simmer, put a top on it, and let it marry each other. Alrighty, now our pear cider is ready. We're just going to pour it into a pitcher. It is absolutely beautiful. We're going to take some of the pears out and put them inside. Okay, so we're going to take our pears out of here, some of them, and we're going to put them inside the cider, along with the nutmeg and cinnamon sticks. And these are ready to go into your glass. And you can drink this hot or cold. And what are we going to do with the rest of the pears? Just wait. Okay, so now we're going to make the sauce for our potatoes, that were our loaded potatoes. And we're going to, what's in the pan right now is a little butter and garlic cloves. So we're going to put that in and let that melt down and start to sizzle. Alrighty, so we've already got this sizzling up. I'm saying boiling, Jesus. Got this sizzling up in here. So now we're going to add a half of block of cream cheese. We got our onions, our scallops actually. Or scallions, I'm sorry. Said it wrong. Scallions. And then we're going to add a little bit, just about a tablespoon or so of goat cheese. Just because I want that creaminess, you know. A little goat cheese. And then we're going to put about a cup of half and half. And yes, I'm using half and half in this one. I'm going to use my whisk. Whisk it around. And let that melt down the cream cheese and the goat cheese. It's melting it down nice and pretty. Then I'm going to put in some chives. There we go. And then a few chives. All nice and incorporated together like sinfulness. Because that's what it is. So, and you see how quickly it melts down with the half and half and the goat cheese and everything. I have it on medium high. So, and we're going to take all this and pour this into our potatoes here in just a minute. We're going to put in some shredded Parmesan.
What happened? Your brains dropped now?
Shredded Parmesan. And a little Lasagna for bite. Yes, yes.
What?
And then just a little bit of shredded Colby Jack. And with your shredded Parmesan, you put as much as you like. I just put a couple of handfuls and it usually does me just fine. And then 1 handful of the Colby Jack shredded. Mix all that around in there. Okay. Now we're going to take this and see it's ready. We're going to put a little sprinkle of a pinch of salt. Sorry, I had walked away and forgot my salt. Now we're going to cut the fire off because we're going to take this and put this in our potatoes. Okay, so now we've already got our potatoes sliced up. We put a little bit of olive oil on them and some salt and pepper, so they're already prepared. We laid them in the bottom of our pan. We're going to take some chopped dill that I've gotten here. And we're just going to spread that all over. And I say about a 1/4 cup of chopped dill. And I'm just going to mix that all around. Makes it nice, and there you go. Then we're going to take some feta cheese. There goes feta cheese, and sprinkle that on top. Now, I'm going to take my mixture here and just pour it all over the potatoes and just let it drizzle down in there. There you go. Because all of that is going to seep down to the bottom, see? So it's going to be nice and creamy. And then we're going to top this with a little shredded mozzarella. Okay, so now we're going to top this with a little shredded mozzarella. And let it get all nice and golden brown.
So that when you go into high school, that you can, I don't know, do they let the high schoolers go to junior college? So that you
All right. And then I'm going to put a little fresh on top. We're just going to take it and break it up just to give it a little extra cheesiness. And it's going to be delicious. Now this is going to go into the oven, guys, at 375 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes because you want the potatoes to cook. And our potatoes are done, so we're going to let those settle. We're going to put everything on a plate. It's going to be beautiful. Okay, guys, now for our seafood lasagna, we're going to start over here at the oven. We're going to make our filling. So first we're going to start with our shrimp. And normally we would do shrimp, scallops, a lot of different types of shellfish, but today we're going to do something a little bit different. So we're going to start with our shrimp first and putting it in the pan. And the thing about shrimp is it doesn't take very long, and the thing about this lovely Capelon pan that I got for Christmas, oh, it looks like we got a shell left in there. This lovely pan that I got for Christmas is that it doesn't take hardly any oil to do any of your cooking in here. And so we're doing pretty good with this. We use just a teaspoon of grapeseed oil. Now in this pan, I'm going to put a little bit of dried onions, chopped dried onions, to kind of give it some infusion of flavor. And then we're going to put a little bit of white pepper and a little bit of thyme, dried thyme. And you only need about a teaspoon of the thyme. It really brings out the flavor in any kind of shellfish. About a teaspoon of that. Okay. If you notice, it's already kind of starting to sizzle. So we're going to just kind of swish it around a little bit here and saute it. Got my oven on medium, my stove on medium high. I'm going to put in a little bit of a pinch of salt. You see they're already getting pink. Now the thing about a seafood lasagna, because you're going to cook it in the oven, you don't want your shrimp cooking all the way, but just pink enough. These were already, you know, cleaned and deveined, of course. And put a pinch of salt, a little white pepper, and this looks just about perfect. Because like I said, it doesn't take shrimp very long. And if you're wondering why it looks the way it looks, because I took the shrimp and cut them in half so that you can spread them out more. Okay, so now we're going to take this shrimp out of the pan. Excuse me, sorry. I'm going to take the shrimp out of a pan and put it into a bowl so that we can finish up the rest of our sauce here, and we're going to just kind of a little bit of chopped garlic. That's 2 cloves of chopped garlic. And some sliced onions. I'm going to saute all that together. Onions and broccoli, you want to get really soft, because when you put all of this together in your filling, you want your filling to, you know, be full and full of body and flavor. So you want all that to saute together. Now while that's sauteing down, I'm just going to take just a tad. There you go. And put it about put that fire up at just a tad. And this is some chopped broccoli, guys. It's already started to smell heavenly. We're going to put a pinch of salt. Just a pinch, because when you put all this together, you don't want to be salty. And then just a pinch of pepper. And that salt is sea salt, guys. I'm using sea salt. Always sea salt, never regular iodized salt. And most of the time it's Himalayan, pink Himalayan sea salt. But today I'm just using regular sea salt. These are going to be beautiful. And these are just some grape tomatoes, or cherry tomatoes, however you want to call them. Some small tomatoes that we have cut in half. Alright, and that is going to be absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to let that cook down a little more. I'm going to put the top on it. And we're going to come back and check on it in just a second. Okay, now that that's cooked down all nice and pretty, we're going to put this back over into the bowl, because now we're going to make our sauce part. And pretty much the same pan for everything. Cuts down on cleaning in the kitchen, and you still get all of those flavors that you've mixed in there together, infused into everything that you're cooking. Now, 2 tablespoons of butter. And this is the salt, no salt butter, unsalted butter. You can use vegan butter. I do that as well, but today, since it's Christmas, I want it to be a little richer, and we're just going to cheat just a tad. So I'm using regular butter. Now, okay, so now in this we're going to put 2 cloves of chopped garlic. Start to get that nice and cooked down. And then we're going to put some more chopped onion. And we're actually going to use kind of the same kind of sauce a little bit for our potatoes, guys, but this one's going to be just a tad different. And so you want your onions to cook until they get to be translucent, where you can kind of see through them, which it looks like we got that going on. So then we're going to use a half a block of cream cheese. And we're going to use about 2 tablespoons of goat cheese. Mixing all of that around in. Now, to give it our little creamy flavor that we're looking for, we're going to use roughly about a cup of milk. And this, instead of using heavy cream, I have opted to use almond milk. Okay. Now we're going to let that cook down until the cream cheese and everything softens. We're going to get our whisk out, and then we're going to add some other things to it. Alrighty, so now we are getting cooking with some serious gas here for cream cheese. So all of this is melting down beautifully, and of course I'm making a little bit of a mess, but I'll clean it up in just a second. And I'm using the whisk, guys, because I want to make sure that I get it all down. Okay, now we're going to put in Parmesan and Asiago, a couple of handfuls. Getting to where we want it to get. Now I'm going to take my whisk out of the way here, and we're going to add in our other items into this little sauce. Okay, first you're putting in your veggies, your broccoli and tomatoes and onion. One spoon.
Does he have it on there?
Okay, then we're going to add our shrimp.
Look on his email real quick. I emailed it to him. I texted it to him.
Okay.
I emailed it to him.
You texted it. Sorry, my husband's on the phone with the kids. And it's sounding like he's struggling trying to explain something. So anyway, we're going to mix all this in together. Okay, and then we're going to cut that on simmer and let that simmer for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to assemble our lasagna. Okay, so we're going to start building our lasagna. I've already oiled our pan a little bit with some olive oil. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to take a little bit of the sauce to put on the bottom so that it kind of cooks up through from the bottom. You don't want to put all of your meat and stuff, of course, down there, but at least some of the liquid. And I'm trying to get out of it. So you always put a little bit, even when I'm making regular lasagna, I always put a little bit of the sauce on bottom. Okay, so now I'm using today these lasagna noodles that don't require any boiling or anything. So we're going to lay those in the bottom. And yes, I am using an oval pan, so it's not going to take as much as it would for a regular pan. And I'm actually going to break some of them so that I can spread them out a little bit on the bottom. There. Okay. So now you're going to scoop and layer. And that smells so good, guys. And you can make a 2-layer, you can make a 3-layer, it's all up to you. I think I'm going to end up with a 2-layer today. And you can put that layer on the bottom just like so. Okay. And then you take your, now some people do avocado cheese and stuff in the middle. I prefer regular cheeses myself. So I'm just going to sprinkle some mozzarella. Oops, in between. There you go. Sprinkle some shredded mozzarella all over that layer, covering every nook and cranny so it's nice and cheesy. Okay, then you're going to take your lasagna noodles and you're going to press down because you want to make sure that you get it as packed as possible. So you're going to, again, press down. Oops, look at me making a mess. Smells so good. It smells so good. Forgive the background noise, guys. It is Christmas Day, so it's a lot going on in my house. My husband is talking to the children. We have 10 grandchildren and one on the way. So So it's a lot going on.
Oh.
Okay.
Somebody push her. There you go.
There we go.
What else you get for Christmas?
And then we're going to take, I'm going to take my,
I see you.
and just kind of place it around. We're going to put the rest of the sauce. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Then we're going to spread that sauce on top like so. And then we're going to cover that with cheese, of course, because that's what you do. Now we're going to lasagna. Cover that with cheese. And what I got here, guys, is some fresh mozzarella, which is, of course, heavenly. And it's already sliced. So I'm going to just put some of the slices around the edges here, because I have some shredded cheese in the middle, but I'm going to put some sliced mozzarella around the edges here. And then I'm going to take one slice and break up in the middle. See? There we go.
Did y'all get Adam's Christmas present over there?
Or maybe two. Okay. Now this is going to go in the oven, guys, at 375 degrees for roughly about 20 to 25 minutes. And our lasagna is done just like that. Look how beautiful that is. We're going to put this on a plate and be ready to eat. Guys, there we have it. So we made us a nice little dinner for Christmas for just us. We made us some seafood lasagna with shrimp and broccoli and tomatoes and onions in it, and made it all nice and wholesome. We even put a little green salad with it, and we made some potatoes au gratin on tin. You don't have to have the potatoes with your lasagna. You can actually have them separately with other things. I actually kind of made them because I kind of wanted to nibble on them all week. And we made us some pear cider, which actually is really, really good. So I'm going to get a moment and sip this in just a minute. It turned out great. If you give these recipes a try, you will not be disappointed. So if you like what you saw today, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up, and then share this video with someone that might be looking for some different ideas for some meals. Doesn't have to be for the holidays. It could be for any day. So thanks again for stopping by. I appreciate you guys. I love you, love you, love you. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And happy cooking.